Remarkable, isn't it? This tomb has been hidden for... well, remarkable, isn't it? This tomb has been hidden for... well, who knows how long? Many... I've had a look around, and the only interesting thing I've found is this inscription here, and a switch below it. Now, I'm not sure if you can read the dragon language, but this seems to be a riddle of some sort. A sacrifice will bring you closer to that which you seek. I wonder what it means.
I was always taught to avoid these types of ruins.
There seem to be some corpses strewn about on the floor here. I wonder if this fire pit has anything to do with the riddle. You go ahead and see what you can figure out. I'll look around and see if I can find anything of... This place was a remarkable find. Back to the adventure. Well done. Looks like we can head in either direction. Since you seem to know what you're doing, why don't you lead the way? How remarkable to think these passages have gone undisturbed for so long. I expect there's another riddle here, along with a puzzle. Continue along the path. Don't tread where you've been. Interesting. Well, I'm pretty sure about two things. Only 5 more to go. Now let's just hope something good happens when you hit us. And... splendid! Please help. The runes have faded a bit, but I believe I can translate the inscription. This writing refers to a guardian who inspired both men and dragons. I wonder if the guardian was himself a man or a dragon. It looks like a secret entrance opened up along the wall. You lead the way.
If anyone upon us, I'll smell them coming.
other than that plaque, there doesn't seem to be anything else worthy of note. Let's see what the inscription says. All men must die, often by their own means. Sounds rather grim to me. The inscription must be a reference to these pillars. Three pillars surrounding a central one. Perhaps they're connected somehow. They also have glowing stones of some kind at the top. They look vaguely similar to drawings I've seen of objects called impact stones. Well, see what you can figure out. I'm going to inspect these pillars further to see if I've missed something. Ah, that's the trick. There you go. Now let's see what mysteries await us in the next room. Look, here's another wall with dragon language inscriptions on it. Let's find out what's written. The writing describes a guardian who defeated someone named Mirak. In fact, if I'm reading this correctly, it says that Mirak was a traitor. Most interesting. There's probably an exit through one sarcophagi. Let's get moving.
You're taking us somewhere warm, I trust.
Afraid the earthquakes might have done serious damage here, but the tomb seems to be in fine condition. Hey, watch it! Here's another riddle. Stay your course, to idle is to die. Well, at least it's straightforward.
I've
There
got your
appears
back.
to be a switch of some kind here. By the 9, I've never seen anything like this. Here. Keep moving and don't look down. Splendid. I had no doubt you'd make it across. Let's see what awaits us ahead. That looks like quite a draw. Is there something just me? Are these platforms? I'm glad these platforms appear once you finish them. I don't want to find out what's down in that water. These platforms
Who's there?
There must be hundreds of years of history etched in these walls. Too bad they seem too damaged to read. It seems these frames can be moved. Perhaps there's enough undamaged text in these etchings to tell us the combination.
Khajiit got your back.
Ah, yes. Here's something. The first one
If
has to
anyone
do
sneaks
with
up
the
on
blade.
us,
Or
I
maybe
smell
it's
them
wind.
coming.
The
Or
second
I
one
might not.
mentions the night
We will
sky
see.
and the moon. And the third has something to do with fire. It also seems to mention scales. That's all I can make out from this etching. I'll check the rest and see if there's anything else. You keep trying out the combinations. I can't wait to get back to the village and start writing about this place. There you go. I didn't doubt you for a second. Let's see what's up ahead. dragon priest. In all my years as a historian, I never thought I'd see anything like that. I suppose that was Valor. He must have had this entire place built for him so that he could maintain his vigil, even beyond death. Indeed. I knew that the dragon priests were thought to have been powerful men of great will. I had no idea. Well, I suppose I've seen everything I came for, and you kept up your end of the bargain. I promised payment, and here it is. Now I think I'll spend some more time studying this word book. What a book this will make.
You're taking us somewhere. You're taking us somewhere warm, I trust.
Hold! Cast! Jur! Zapru! I'm right behind you. Jur! Zapru! I was always taught to avoid the ones. I see why now. Still here. Got your back. You're back. I'm relieved that you were able to save Baldur. I admit I wasn't ready to become Smith of the Skull.
Fear to think what would have happened if you hadn't saved.
I came here to study the history of Solstheim.
It's so
The
bright
skull
out here.
intrigued me the most.
Nice.
The weapons of the skull will never be dull.
The
Baldur
Omega
Iron-
protect us
Eventually,
whatever dark power took place.
I fear what would have if you hadn't freed us.
Your arm has grown strong. Your eyes shine.
My son and I gather items to trade with travelers.
I welcome you, friend of the Skull.
The All-Maker
It's been many
favors
winters since my husband returned to the All-Maker. But my heart still aches from the loss. His name is Nicholas. He's a good lad, strong and loyal. I only wish he wasn't so eager to leave the village. I've tried to tell him that the world beyond our lands is dangerous and cruel, but he won't listen. You would do that? I know he would listen to you. You've been out there in the wide world. You know its perils. Yes, perhaps you can convince him. I would be grateful if you would do this thing, outsider. I hope that you make my son see wisdom.
I've seen outsiders in our village before, but none were like you. That's right. I want to go out into the world and earn great glory. I want to hunt the deadliest creatures and claim vast riches. I'm wary of living in this village. I want to do something with my life other than farm, fish, and hunt deer. I know it must be hard for an adventurer such as you to understand this, but we Skull live very boring lives.
Perhaps I'll make an offering to Lord. He make our potatoes ripen as surely as he makes the snow fall from the sky.
There is truth in your words. She has not been herself since my father's death. I can see that in my eagerness for adventure, I have forgotten my duties as a son and as a Skull. You have helped me to see wisdom, and I thank you for that, Skull friend.
I'm no fan of the sun. You would be better than this.
I've been looking for you. Another note from your friend Rallis. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Don't picture me. And don't look at me like that. I know what I am.
You haven't seen Crescius Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again. No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know. I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Crescius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back. and I'll pay you for the trouble. Well, well, it's been a long time since someone from the guilds bothered to make their way out here. So tell me, how's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart? Good to hear. Damn layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine? Anyway, I suppose you're looking for work. Well, I got bad news. This place is drier than a damn bone. Eager to make some coin, eh? That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle. Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no one to watch my back. And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caused it. A fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up at my doorstep about a fortnight ago. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us. That he did, right out from under my nose. Can you believe it? It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect. Well, I'll be. That's the one. What happened to Esmond? I told him not to head up there. Sounds like the bloody fool got what he deserved. Here, I want you to take this key. Head inside my house and unlock the door in the basement. Help yourself to whatever you like inside. I won't be using it anymore. A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune and chose Raven Rock to ply my trade. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften. I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Ryth, a very talented armor smith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone mold. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since. It's the only tool tough enough to crack Stalrim, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art. The one Cresius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it. Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that. I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do. You tell Cresius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
Khajiit got your back.
Don't pity me. And don't look at me like that. I know what I am. Thank you, Outlander. I was one of the wealthiest miners in town. I could haul up almost 3 or 4 times what the average digger could. I never saw the end coming like it did. The mine running out of ebony. Unlike most of my fellow miners, I was too foolish to save enough coin for that day. The rest I spent on Sujama to drown my sorrows. Councillor Morvain was kind enough to allow Rearns and I to live in one of the abandoned buildings. At least it keeps the ash out of our eyes. Don't waste your life like I did. Miserable.
I work
Just
for Moko.
miserable.
You got a problem?
This
You
island's
talk to
nothing
him.
but a pile of rubble. Don't like it. I hate it. Every day it's the same thing. We open the shop, we hardly sell a thing, we close the shop and go to sleep. What kind of a life is that? Oh, believe me, I'd be on the first ship off this miserable island if I could. But I'm not sure I could do that to my father. I think it would break his heart. We've already lost my mother. I don't want to leave him alone. We lived in a settlement, perhaps a league from the border of Black Marsh, the homeland of the Argonians. Even though the Argonian invasion ended a long time ago, there are still a few scale-skinned clans that live within our borders. To put it simply, they attacked our settlement and slaughtered almost everyone. It was horrible. Keep your... safe. Solstheim's still a dangerous place.
If anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them coming. Or
Damn it, woman. I said to leave me be.
Cretius, last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a widow.
And I'm telling you that I'll do whatever it takes to find my great-grandfather's remains. He's down here. I can feel it.
That was almost 2 centuries ago. There may be nothing left to find.
Just let me go, woman.
Cretius, you're an obstinate old fool, and you're going to get yourself killed.
Who in the blazes are you? Can't you see I'm busy? Why should I tell you? I don't even know who you are. Ask most of the folks around here, and they'd agree with you. But mark my words, these mines hold a secret that could put Raven Rock back on the map. A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago. It killed my great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine. Gratian Kyrelius. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel, and he died in these very mines almost 200 years ago. The East Empire Company called it a terrible accident, claiming that he was lost in a rockfall, but I know better. My wife and I were cleaning out our home, and we came across some of my great-grandfather's things locked in an old chest. I found an unsent letter he'd written to the East Empire Company, and a key. It describes a discovery that was made in the mine by some of the diggers. They wanted Gratian to take a closer look. The East Empire Company must have felt it was of great value, as they locked that section of the mine off from everyone else. It is. Well, I assume it is. I haven't been able to find the entrance. Now you're starting to sound like everyone else. I'm telling you, there's something big down there. Something that the East Empire Company wanted to hide from everyone. Look! My wife nags that I'm too old to go traipsing around these mines chasing my story. Time's my enemy. It's caught up with me before I could find the answers that I'm looking for. I want to know what happened to Gratian, and what the East Empire Company's keeping from all of us. Gratian kept a journal of notes about his discoveries. If you can find his remains, I'm hoping it will help. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please, do this for me, so I can finally regain the respect that I've lost. The damn fool doesn't even deserve to have it. The pickaxe was made for mining, not selling. I'll bet he stole it from the Skald in the first place. Oh, very well. Here. Tell him I hope he drops the thing on his foot. Be careful down there. Mine can be treacherous. Try the lower sections of the mine.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something. So, you finally tracked down old Cretius, eh? Quite a character, isn't he? Tell you what, since you went through all the trouble of finding it for me and all, you keep it. I just wanted to remind that codger you can't just go around taking things from other people. Now that you've delivered the message, I'm satisfied. Besides, that pickaxe hasn't done me any good in years. Maybe you can put it to good use. Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix them, right?
If anyone sneaks up on us,